Artwork by artist Jacob Lawrence at the Times Square station. Welcome to MTA Arts for Transit's guided tour of permanent art in New York subway and rail stations. I'm Amy Hausman, Assistant Director of Arts for Transit. This glass mosaic at Times Square 42nd Street is located on a mezzanine wall near the shuttle train. Titled New York in Transit, the work was initially commissioned in 1991. A maquette of the piece was begun in 1996 and completed in 1998. The work was installed here by Myoto Mosaic Art Studio in 2001 after the artist's death. The mosaic, with its thousands of color-washed facets, constitutes a hymn of praise to the city of New York, its streets, neighborhoods, sports, and its subway. Jacob Lawrence was born in Atlantic City in 1917, but lived in New York for much of his life, and incorporated observations and memories of the city into his art. The artist spent his childhood in Harlem. At the age of 13, he began studying at the Harlem Art Workshop with Charles Alstom, a painter with whom he studied for many years. Lawrence worked prodigiously for 60 years. In addition, he taught art at universities and art schools around the country, including Black Mountain College, Pratt Institute, Five Towns Music and Art Foundation, Skowhegan School of Painting and Sculpture, and the University of Washington in Seattle. Lawrence is best known for his semi-abstract historical works that depict the lives of African American figures, particularly those involved in the civil rights movement. His work focused on social and philosophical themes, with colorful allusions to everyday life in the city and its streets. Lawrence chose to paint with modest materials, generally water-based paints, on board or paper. Lawrence connected his characteristic bold and colorful forms with his surroundings. In the book Over the Line, The Art and Life of Jacob Lawrence, edited by Peter Nesbitt and Michel Dubois, Lawrence said, "Our homes were very decorative, full of pattern, like inexpensive throw rugs. It must have had some influence, all this color and everything, because we were so poor that people used this as a means of brightening their lives. I used to do bright patterns after these throw rugs. I got ideas from them, the arabesques, the movement, and so on." This mural, New York in Transit, was Jacob Lawrence's last public work. In it he evokes city life as it might have been seen from an elevated train, subtle and diffuse at first, but upon closer inspection, detailed and striking. People on this train represent all facets of daily urban life. From left to right, we see allusions to the library, restaurants, students, music, and theater. A bejeweled woman exemplifies the business of fashion. A small scene of a pickup basketball game is shown near a man and woman standing mid-car. A man reads a book. A woman carries a plant, alluding to the New York Botanical Garden. A clump of high-rise apartment buildings can be seen in the distance. A builder, bearing the tools of his trade, stands near a woman with her menagerie, a few cats and a snake. The artist, with his palette, occupies the far right portion of the mural, holding a subway pole with one hand and a subway strap in another, as though the car is hurtling down the track and he must hang on for the ride. Undertaken when the artist was suffering from an illness from which he would not recover, this work captures the diversity and spirit of a city and those who make up the colorful mosaic that is New York. As in Roy Lichtenstein's Times Square mural nearby, Lawrence's New York in Transit is in many ways a meditation on a great artist's life, a parting gift to New York City and the millions of people who live and have lived here. This podcast was brought to you by MTA Arts for Transit in partnership with the New York Transit Museum.